Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Khadijah. I just decided to turn the camera on spontaneous because I'm actually creating and I always forget to share when I'm creating. So let me just tell you what I'm doing. Let's see, these are what I already made. All right, so I am cutting little circles and I have some beads out here. I have some painty papers. I cut a bunch of different shapes and circles, some by hand, some with a punch. And then I'm just layering. I'm using some fabric, I'm using wallpaper, I'm using different papers, painty papers, just pretty much in the color palette of my journal I'm working on. I want to try one with a little bit of lace too. Yeah, so I got inspired. First of all, I was watching Tracy Hines, and she did 2 different paper clips, and I haven't made paper clips yet, so this is for newbies, brand new for me. She made some paper clips, and she showed how she did them in her train series, how she put the paper clip over some paper first, and then how she layered it, and she made these hidden paper clips. Then I got my ATC package because I joined the collaboration that Sandra at Blossom and Inspire hosted, and I got mine in the mail, and I opened it up, and it was one of these. There were, well, in with it, somebody, I don't know who did this, so I'm gonna have to look at that video to tell you who made this, but it's just a little flower paper clip, super cute, super easy, and it's like a hidden paper clip. So then anyway, I didn't consciously think of what I was gonna do. I just said, okay, I know I want to do some paper clips because I have a lot of stuff clipped in my journal. So I started playing with the color palette, started making them, and I had to cover over a boo-boo, so I made this. Well, I considered it a boo-boo. It went through. So I made this, which is basically, I just considered like a little flower, and it's just basically wallpaper, some fabric, a button, and then I glued it on, some painty paper, and I glued it on. And I like that. I'm like, okay. So then I started playing with them more. And then I made this, and so this is kind of like the person that did theirs. I added a button. There's a paper clip in there. I did the paper clip over some paper like Tracy did in her journal. And then I also added a bead. Now this bead, I want to add a couple little more round ones, but this is what I had right in front of me. And how I got this on here was I didn't make it long enough. Next time I would make it a little bit longer so I could do a couple extras. But I stitched this together, the top one together. The other side is a button glued on, but I stitched this and put that little stitching in there. And then the extra thread, I just tied the bead on, and I really like it. It's like a little dangle and a clip at the same time. So my plan is to make some more of these and just put some together. So what I've been doing now is I just cut some papers. I grabbed my painty papers. I actually want to cut one with this. See if I can actually do it. I don't know if it'll work with my punch, but I have this fabric. I could also put some lace on. I could cut like a little circle out of this. But anyway, so yeah, I am making little flower doodad paper clips, and I am having fun. So I'm just playing with different materials, and you know, I was originally definitely inspired by Tracy. She has such great tutorials. And also by whoever made this one that came from my with my ATC challenge. So I have to look at that video. But I didn't want it to stop me from, let's see if I can, oh, this may not cut. Let's see if I do it over paper, if it'll work. Yeah. So anyway, my thought was, don't let it stand in your way. Turn the video on while you're creating and share what you're doing. That's not gonna work. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to do this. I guess I'm just gonna have to cut a raw one. I guess you can't use your punch on fabric. I probably could use my my Big Shot, right? I haven't played enough with that yet. And my desk, you guys, right now is a mess. There's so much stuff on my desk, but that's okay. I actually think I'm gonna do this with do a little bit of a zigzag on here. I kind of like that. So, well, how are you guys doing? Anyway, I got really excited that I should turn the camera on, show you what I'm creating, and then I'm just going to do part of it right now, show you how I'm doing it. It's not very round, but flowers are not perfect in their shape anyway. They're organic. They're living things. All right. So again, we have these little ones put together, and I've yet to put the buttons on them yet. So I'm just kind of playing. I need the big ones for the bottom, like some big ones. I'll just put those together. And then I like that green one on there. I'll do that one on there. And I actually like to distress them. I think the distress makes them look more interesting. I don't know. I've been watching a lot of Gail's videos, and she distresses everything. So I don't know. I've been liking it, especially on this journal, because it is kind of foresty, and everything in the forest is not clean and bright. It's woodsy. A little bit dirty, right? So, and it is vintagey, my book, so that's another point, right? Plus, I just like the way it outlines it. I could try using, I just got some of the new stuff, Black Soot. I should try that. Yeah. So, how are you guys doing? Is anybody creating today? What's shaking in your world? Almost done with my journal. And then I think I'm going to do a Christmas one. I don't know. I'm still not committing. I don't know why. Yeah. I'll know when I know, right? Let's see. What if we put this underneath? Well, that's pretty. Oh, yeah. I like that. All right. Let's do that. That's pretty. Oh, I really like the lace. Let's put that on there. I also like adding a little bit of black on some of them. Let's see if we do this. Sometimes there's too many of the same sizes. So that's why I like the odd shaped ones. That's cute. Nope, I need a bigger one there. You like that? I don't know. Let's see. I made this one. And then eventually, you know, we can come along and put little buttons on them, right? So I like this one. Oh, there's some fabric. Some fabric on that. That. Maybe that. Nope. That. That's cute. What do you guys think? They're kind of cute, right? I mean, I think they're fun. It's just a way, kind of, I'm just playing with all the same round shape right now. I'm not doing like a cluster. I'm definitely doing more what you would call flowers, I guess. Let's put this under here instead. There we go. Maybe we like that. Let's see what we can do this on. I feel like this needs some outlining on it. I really like these painty paper ones because they're not just solid or pattern color. I feel like they're more unique. Yeah, we do that next? I don't remember. Oh, I like this one too. That's kind of pretty. Maybe I'll do that on here. I don't remember what I had now. I thought I had I had this guy. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yep, so that's what I'm playing with, you guys. I'll put a little black button there. I'll put a little black button there. Put a little white button. Maybe there. Or a little green button. That one. I don't like this guy. Put this on there. No, I already got one of those. Let's put this light one on there. That might be kind of cute. Yeah. All right. Yep. So we got some little flowers made. And some of them are around the outside. I might go and do some cutting, so it's a little bit less uniform and a little bit more playful. That's my thought. Yeah, so anyway, that's what I got for you so far. I'll share with you once I finish making them and add some beads. I'll bring you back. Okay, thank you. Bye. Okay, so now we're going to play with some stitching. Like this one, I didn't add a button to. I just added some stitching to, so we'll be able to add some beads. Now these are all glued like softly together, but this one that has a little black button, I'm going to add some stitching to. And I usually poke the hole through the top first so I can see where it is. And some of these are harder because there's a lot of layers to poke it through. Probably should be using a thimble. But you want to get your hole. And the second one. Right? All right. And then we're just going to add some little, I'm using a thin waxed cord just because I like it. You probably could use anything. You could use embroidery thread here, I'm sure. Yeah, I think I'll just go through this twice so you definitely see the, leave enough to tie on some, I actually might pull more of that through. Let's do that. Oh, wrong way. There we go. All right. Oh, sorry, I'm not on camera, you guys. All right, I'm stitching this. All right, let's see. Yeah. All right, so that's enough. And just do a little knot in here. And then I like to put a little glue on my knot afterwards so it doesn't come undone, but yeah, I mean, you can do whatever. Okay, so that's ready for beads. That's ready for beads. Let's do one more. I pulled out these pom-poms. I might just be able to glue these. I don't know why I thought this would be cute as a flower center. Oh, green might be too bright, huh? Yeah, let's glue that on. Some Fabri-Tac. I have not figured out how not to have this stringy mess everywhere on this glue. Alright, so we got that. Now that one can't have something hanging. But here's the thing. They don't all need to have something hanging. I do like the idea, but it's also going to take up a lot of volume. And like here, this one doesn't have anything hanging. So you can do ones that don't have anything hanging. So let's stitch this guy. And we won't do anything hanging on him as well. And then we'll string some beads, and then I'll bring you back after they're all done. Let's string, yeah. Yeah. I appreciate your patience, you guys. I have not mastered how to do a crafting video yet. Plus, I'm super messy. My desk is a mess. You know, most of this stuff, even though I did art, I didn't do all this sewing, and yeah. I'm making excuses for my somewhat unprofessional videos. All right, let's go ahead and do this. I do like the way the little bit of stitching looks in the buttons. I feel like it adds another layer of value. So you've got the light and dark together, and the buttons stand out just a little bit better. I like it. Yeah, and then yeah. All right, so we've got those done. That one's done. Let's do something on here. Let's find another little button. What about a big button? I have some big buttons. I might do two. Let's try a big button. Oh, shoot. Those went everywhere. Oh, I opened it up the wrong way. Okay. So exactly, this is what probably an experienced video person would not do. Oh my god, I opened this up totally the wrong way. Okay, we'll fix that afterwards. Let's see if we like a big button. And I dropped, oh there it is, the needle. Okay, let's try a big button and see if we like that. You like that? I'm not sure. Oh. Let's do one with a big button. I think that'd be kind of fun. Yeah, let's do one. Let's sew that on. Oh my god, this is a catastrophe waiting to happen. Alright, I just need to find my thread. Oh, it's right in front of me. There we go. Alright, let's do this. I apologize, you guys, if this is painful to watch. I'm just going to sew this one on, and then I'm going to tie on some beads. I'll show you how I do this, and then we'll go ahead and close, and then I'll show you everything at the end. Oh, and then I also need to show how I make the paper clip backing, which I learned from Tracy. Oh, and by the way, the idea that was sparked from the little flower one that came from the ATCs, that was actually inspired by Kat. I went back and watched the video, and it was actually Kat who made those. Of course, my friend Kat. Love her. All right, let's see. Let's poke a hole this way. All right. Let's start that. Okay. There we go. Sorry, I am so out of frame. Just remember. But again, you guys have stitched a button on before. Like, this is not rocket science here. I like using this wax thread. I know some people say it makes a mess. They don't like it because of the mess. But, I mean, you can wipe away the wax if the wax comes off. I like it because I like the way it grabs. Yeah. It's a little thick, but I do like I like the thickness of it. I'm not looking for something dainty here. I'm looking for something that's more wonky. Yeah. All right, there we go. I think that's good. All right, and then we'll just tie a little knot in here. Go through this twice. Then you can always put a little glue on the end if you want it to stick, which is kind of what I do. And then I'm going to leave that hang just in case I want to add some little beads on that. Okay, so here's the ones that I've got buttons or just one with a little bit of stitching on. So let's do one of them with beads. See if I have beads that will fit through this, because I didn't think about that in advance. But that's important to consider. And I don't have a lot of small beads. Most of my beads are like this size here or bigger. So what I did find this little pack of beads, and it came in my, thank you Maddie, in my fall kit from Maddie. And those are actually the colors I'm using. So I'm going to use a couple of those little beads. And I have it on my note that I need to get some baby beads. But I do like the ones with the bigger holes. They're super cute. So, I mean, I can use a few of these. That's not gonna, where's my needle pack? Oh, right in front of me. So let's put this in here. There we go. All right. And then let's see if we can put a few beads on here. Let's do this one. So how's everybody doing today? You creating? Oh, those are cute. I'm gonna do a couple of those. Oh, there's a little darker one. These are so pretty, these little beads, and they have nice little holes on them. I should put this in a bigger. Okay. Okay, let's do that. Oh, it's cute. And then let's add one more on there. I love these little beads. kind of cute, right? Oh, I like that. All right, let's do a little green on the other side, right? Little green one. Okay, that one. And then we'll do one more that's green. If I can get a green one on here. There we go. All right, so isn't that cute? Oh, I like that. And then let's add a couple more greens. I want some of these light greens. God, I can't even get them on the thing. All right, let's do this guy. Oh. Oh my God. These are so tiny. I'm sure there's a way to do this better, and you guys probably know all about it. I have not figured this out yet, but there we go. I don't want to put bigger beads because, yeah, I need them to hang in between the book pages, right? All right, so let's see. So anyway, I'm going to do this one on camera. Sorry, this is painful to watch. And then I'll bring you back after you've seen what I've done. Oh, I need to show you how I'm making the paper clips. Let me do that first, too. All right, so this one will make a little bit longer. Let's see. Yeah, I'll do that one right there. Okay, that's cute. All right, I like that. Okay, so there's that. So it's got the little beads on it. And then how I'm putting them together is I'm basically taking a piece of, let's just use this for right now. I'll show you scrap paper like this. I'm folding it over, a little piece of paper, and then I am putting, you know, like an old, not a pretty paper clip because it's going to be hidden. I'm putting just a standard size, not the big one, but the standard size paper clip, because the big ones might hang down too low, and I really do want it to be hidden. So I'm using the little ones like this, and then I'm just putting that on here. I don't think it matters whether it goes back or front, but you put that on there, right? And then when you glue them, you do this. So then what I do is, I probably should have done these in circles, but I trim this. So that's the little thing that I glue onto. And then I glue this on one side, and I glue the other one on the other side. And then that is kind of how I make my little paper clip. And it's fun. So let's go ahead and glue this. I don't know if I want these two together, do I? Well, they're probably fine. I'm going to do one without a button on the other side. So let's glue this onto here first. Oops. All right, so we're going to do that. And see, then when we want a paper clip, we go in between the papers, I'm pretty sure, yeah. So you want to make sure you glue the paper down, and then you get in between that. Okay, so there's that. And then let's do the other side, which is I'm gonna do this. Yeah, let's do that one. No, let's do a light colored one. Let's do this on it. Oh, that's another button. I want one. Oh, let's do this without a button. Okay, so we'll do this. Okay, perfect. All right. And then I can put some beads on that one if I want. I don't know. Every time after I use this, I have to go back in. Okay, and then we'll put this one. And then let's use a little, and that's that. All right, so now you've seen how I make them. I am going to bring you guys back and show you after I make some more, so I can save you from the pain. I'm sure most of you have probably clicked off by now. But anyway, I appreciate if you did show up. And if you stayed to the end, yay for you. This is, you know, as painful for me as it is, I'm sure, for you. But I'm trying to stretch myself. I'm trying to get into doing crafting videos. And I learn best from experience. So here I am. Thank you guys for showing up. I so appreciate it. And I'll show you my little paper clips that were inspired by both Tracy Hines and Kat. Next, I'll add that on to the end of this. All right, bye. Okay, here we go. Here's the finished, or mostly finished product. So let me just give you a quick recap and I'll show you what I made. These, most of them are paper clips, hidden paper clips. There's a few that I left just as dangles to add decorative to journals, or whether it's this journal or another journal. But essentially what I used to make all of these was painty papers. There's a little bit of wallpaper. There's some fabric. There's stitching, buttons, a little bit of embroidery, lace, and then I used beads and glue, paper clips, and that's about it. So let me go through and show you what I made, and then I want to tell you that there's like 3 firsts for me on this video. So let me go through and show you what I made. We'll just pull a couple of them out and I'll show them to you. So this is one side of it, and again, some of them I added 4. This might be 2 and 2. Yeah, this one's 2 and 2. So there's 2 on one side. So this would go on a page in a journal. So actually, what I should have gotten was let me just show you on a piece of coffee dyed paper, because I think that'll be the best thing, right? All right. So this is going to go on the page. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So you just got to get it on there, right? Or not that. All right, there you go. There's your paper clip. So that's one side. And then you flip it over, and that's the other side. And this one just has stitching. This is one of the first ones I did. There's just a few beads on it. But again, I might trim the strings. I don't know yet. Then here's another one that I made. This is one that I made later on. And this has all the beads on one side with the button. Let's go ahead. I feel like that's going to be easier one to navigate. That's that one. And so I put a little bit more beads on that. And then if you flip it over, there's the other side. And this one I cut into, and I also cut part of the pom-pom off because it was too thick. So there's that one. And here's another one that I made, which I don't like the fact that the flower sticks up above. So I got to figure this one out. Where's the paper clip part? It goes like this. There we go. So that has nothing on that side, and then the other side, I'm gonna have to trim that because, or paint those, because that's not gonna work. I just realized that. Some beads on that side. And here's another one I made, and this one has no dangles. This one's like wallpaper, painty paper, button. And this one's got an embroidered flower. And here's the very first one that I made. Let's see. Like that. And then there's the other side. Oh, and this one, this is just by itself. There's no other side to it because I figured I could just attach this. And if I wanted to, I could add it to something else. Let's do the rest of the paper clips that I have. This one has no beads. Let's see. Figure out, oh, I'm in the wrong place. Okay, there we go. All right, there's that one. That's the other side of it. Let's see if I have any more that are paper clips. Nope, that's it for the paper clips. So, I mean, the rest could be paper clips, but the rest, I left them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 paper clips is enough in one journal. So the rest of these I just did as little ones that I could add on. This one I added some lace. And again, if I wanted to make them in paper clips, I could put them together. So these are just some of the extra pieces that I did. Some of them I ended up cutting little triangles out of, and I really like that. This one, I could string some beads on. I haven't yet. This one I did. And as I went along, I got better with the beads. So if I need to add them or journal, but at least I have, at least I have some material, some ephemera. So also I want you to know that I'm going to link Tracy in the description so you can access her channel if you want the real tutorial. It took me a while, but I am very happy with him. But what I will say is that there was a number of firsts for me on this make. So it's the first time I made paper clip, any kind of paper clip ephemera. It's also the first time I worked with beads. So that was a first for me. And what else? There was another first. I forgot what it was. Oh, it's the first time I mass make anything. Usually I do like one thing at a time. So I'm starting to get the hang of, okay, I know it with art, like you always do things in a series because it helps you not like hyper focus on one and it helps move your project along. So anyway, I feel like this was also the first time I mass make. So it was the first paper clip, it was the first working with beading, and it was the first ever doing mass making. So I feel good about that. Anyway, so the next video is going to be how these look in my journal, which is almost finished, and I'll be sharing with you soon. For those of you that hung in for this video, I so appreciate it. I know it's a messy video, working out the kinks. I'll probably do some editing of the first part a little bit, like I'll probably cut some pieces out. But if you have any questions, just let me know in the chat. In the comments about how I did something. I'm happy to explain it to you. This is definitely not a tutorial. It's more just take you along with me as I craft. I'm sure most of you know or have made this kind of a thing before. But if you are a beginner and you happen to be watching me and you have questions, please feel free to put those in the comments. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for showing up. I hope you find yourself doing something creative, and if not, I hope you do something that brings you joy. Thank you. Bye-bye.